What's up, everybody? Welcome to the
HoldEm Podcast.
All right, interesting week, man. Interesting week to talk about stuff, man. We got some hot topics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But first of all, guys, just make sure you guys tune in every Wednesday. Subscribe. Leave us your comments, questions, because we will play them on the show. If you guys give us a good topic, we'll talk about that topic. Because like we said, we're going to be talking about real topics with real people. I'm not here to talk about what the media says and kind of like decipher what the media is giving you guys. But with that said, man, let's get busy, bro. Let's talk about police violence, bro. I don't know if you guys know what happened or transpired this weekend with Jacob Blake at Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I did see the video.
Forrest, break it up, man. Let's start it.
I mean, it was really disturbing to see. I feel really bad for his family, and his kids and his wife that got to see the traumatic experience and got to experience that. But pretty much what I seen on the video was he was getting in an altercation with the police, walking back towards his car. The cops had their guns drawn, pointed at him, and when he was walking back to his car, they shot him in the back. Or I guess one cop had a taser, right?
Well, he had already been tased, and
Okay.
the other officer proceeded to shoot him in the back when he reached into the vehicle. And here's the thing. I heard about the video. I heard, the headline that said, man shot, and everything. And then, so I watched the video right away, and you know what's about to happen, and you're still like, I can't believe this is fucking happening again,
Right, and you got it like you said. You got it with the caption. You got it with the foretell. When I saw the video, I just said, watch this video. And I'm watching the video, and I'm thinking, for the first time after what happened a few months ago, we're going to see a cop do the right thing. You know what I mean? A cop act right. Bro, to my disappointment, we see the same thing that has been transpiring for a long time. But it's just flat. It's just fresh, bro. The wound's fresh, bro. Mm-hmm. George Floyd just happened, bro. You get me?
And you know what, man? It's like the wound is fresh, like you're saying, and we see the same thing going on over and over again. And it shows you that there's something truly broken in our system when we're tripping over the same thing. Because it's like this isn't nothing new. Mm-mm. Just this year alone, we have seen such a spike in police brutality being caught on camera, because there's so many other things that have happened without the cameras being present.
Yeah, and that's why I tell people this has really been going on for years, unfortunately. But now that we have new technology and cameras, we're able to be more aware by seeing this every day and seeing it live and seeing it actually happen before our eyes.
Are you surprised?
I mean, like I said, this has been going on for years, and I mean, I'm just disappointed, bro. I'm really disappointed. I am surprised that it happened where it happened.
Why?
Because I mean, growing up in the United States, I've never thought the northern region of the United States to be as racist as the southern region. But what happened with George Floyd? That was in Minnesota, right. And then this is what's going on in Wisconsin. I wouldn't expect to see something like police brutality in those places. But now that, I'm seeing it, now everybody's seeing it, I'm starting to realize it's really going on all over the world, or all over the country.
And I think I guess the surprise to you is because the North fought the South for slavery, the Civil War.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the North won, and
they abolished slavery.
They abolished slavery.
Yeah.
So now what I'm trying to say is, we're seeing this, and it's just crazy. But you're right. See, it's like, we just keep on seeing this type of stuff, man. We keep on seeing it, and you're right, and it's like, when is the cup gonna overflow, bro? And I think it already has overflown.
I think so.
I think it's already spilling everywhere. It's all over the place right now. I'm thankful for smartphones. I'm thankful for the new technology, because now we're seeing it all the time, bro. All the time. They're putting it out there. They're putting all this bad cops, because like we said, we're not all bad. All cops are bad, but there's a bunch of bad cops out there, and they're doing this bad thing. And the worst thing that I saw, the most cowardly thing that I saw, was you shot a man in the back. That's
rule number one, even since you're a kid, you don't punch somebody in the back. You don't cheap shot somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
Now you're potentially fatally shooting somebody. You know, and let's be real. When you shoot somebody, what are you expecting to happen? You expect them to get up and walk away? You know that you're potentially murdering this person in cold blood. In cold blood. That's what it is. To their back, that's cold-blooded murder.
Now, I think I don't want to make light about the situation because, fortunately, Jacob Blake did not die, but he will be, according to his father, he will be paralyzed. Now, I think the saddest thing too, and I think one of you guys brought it up during our offset, when we start talking, his kids were in the vehicle.
Yeah, his kids were in the vehicle when that happened. And
so think about that, bro. Think about you. Let's just say, I'm not even gonna put it that close to you, but let's say you're in the vehicle. We're all in the vehicle, and one of us gets shot by the police. How is that gonna impact you? And it's 5 of us in here.
Yeah. I mean, I feel
in front of you, like there's just blessed one of us.
You know, I feel like I would definitely be traumatized from any type of experience like that.
Can you imagine
Can you imagine the trust that these kids are the trust issues that these kids are gonna have with the police department, with law enforcement, with our system that is supposed to be protecting and serving, and instead these kids are witnessing something so horrific like that. Mm-hmm. And on top of that too, but he actually got out of the vehicle. I haven't gotten all the details yet, and I need to do more research on it. But according to what some of the reports said, is he actually got out of his vehicle to try to break up some sort of altercation that was going on in his community. So here you have a man who is trying to do right and help out people in his community, and essentially the police show up, and it's become a common thing that we see now, that you shoot now and then ask questions later.
Right.
Where if maybe they would have asked the right questions, they would have known he wasn't even the problem to begin with.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, they didn't have to escalate that situation.
Now, I know a lot of athletes are speaking about in the bubble they were talking about it, the NBA. LeBron James was very vocal about the situation. And, I mean, he says that we are scared as black people in America. So do you guys agree with that?
I agree with that 100%, man. I feel like for me, myself, and I did not grow up in the worst neighborhood, but growing up, you saw examples that made you never call the police. You know, I had a situation when I was maybe like 6 years old that I remember very clearly that one of my neighbors was in some sort of domestic altercation. Pretty much he was beating his wife or significant other in the alley by my house. And one of my neighbors called the police. Now, by the time the police showed up, they left and they were fine. The girl denied that she was being, abused or anything like that. And they actually came to my neighbor's house and knocked on his door and said, "Hey, can you tell us what happened?" So now my neighbor's like, "Yo, you have a guy who's over here beating up his wife.
And now you're letting him know that
Now you're letting him know that I just snitched on him." So and for something that realistically, man, domestic violence, nobody supports that. You know,
No.
That's one of those things that is seen as cowardly, and it should not be done. So that's just one example of somebody trying to do a right thing, and the police made it a worse situation.
Now, I'm gonna agree with you with that because right now I feel like I would not want to call the police for anything. If anything was going down with me, they're the last person I would call. Even though they're supposed to be there for us as servants of the public, which they're there to protect and serve, I would not call them, bro. I don't feel safe calling the police. You know what I mean? I feel like putting my life in danger if they show up, bro. Because to be honest, man, I think they're just trigger happy, bro. We gotta do something. We gotta reform them, you know.
And it's like what you were saying earlier, how LeBron said that he feels like black people are scared. And in all honesty, yeah, black people are scared of trigger happy police officers that pretty much overdo their power, abuse their authority, shoot first and ask questions later. But then again, also I feel like there's also white people who are scared of black people, and they react based off their fears, so they might have a fear where they're going to react and do something, they might regret based off their fear. So I feel like a lot of people are scared right now. You know what I mean?
Do you blame it on the president?
I feel like, he might have something to do with it just by the way he's handling a lot of issues that are going on within the country, yeah, I would
I'll-
say he has something to do.
I'll 100% blame it on the president. I feel like as a leader of a country, you should lead by example. And the example that he's setting right now is not what should be set.
You're talking about the RNC where they're gonna have the two people that had weapons put on the protesters
In Missouri, right?
in Missouri.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of them had an assault rifle, and he had his finger on the trigger.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be. They're gonna be spokespeople at this conference for the Republican Party. How, bro? They're idols.
And see, yes, they might have been criticized at first for what happened, but now they're being praised for what happened. You know, like they're speaking at a presidential convention, you could say. You know, and it's wild. Like, this is why I 100% blame it on our president. I blame it on the current office and how they've been handling everything going on, because police brutality is nothing new. Now, if you say something is bad, people don't do it as much. But if you say something is bad and you don't even call it out, it's going to get worse and worse.
Right.
You know? You're almost giving people a green light to act out.
Yeah.
And his, like you said, his comments don't help when he's always talking about when there's protesters, law and order, you know what I mean? Or when he talks about supporting the police department. I mean, hey, bro, how about supporting the defunding the police or the re-educating police officers? Because I feel that we have to do something where the police department gets some type of revamping. I know you have some great points when it comes to that. What is some of the points that you think cops should be able to do before even joining the police department?
Well, I think in the training it's important to, I mean, I know they do psychological testing, but I feel like they need to do like an updated version and ask just the right questions. You know what I mean? Because, you know, maybe the training is kind of like how the education system is, where it's outdated. It might just need to be updated again.
Or also, too, maybe they don't want to fail people on their psych evals because they're already too financially invested in this person.
Yeah.
When they should be saying, hey, you know what, we're in the hole a couple $1,000s on this candidate, but he's obviously not qualified for this position. So regardless of how much money we already have invested into him, we should look elsewhere. The other thing, too, is that I read that the UCs in California were going to be requiring ethnic studies to be a requirement for graduation.
Right.
Now,
I'm all for that.
It's law enforcement is one of those careers that you could get into with very little education, and on top of that, the training process isn't that long. You could become a barber or a cosmetologist, like it takes you almost a year. Longer. It takes you a whole year to do that, as opposed to a police officer where it would take 6 months and you're carrying around a weapon and a badge where you could kill somebody and get away with it.
Now, I know that you guys have a good opinion on cops should come out from their own community. Why is that?
You know, I feel like it's important that, you know, cops should, you know, pretty much patrol their own community. And the reason why is because right now there's no sense of trust between a lot of communities and the police, because the police department will hire these people that come from out of state,
Or out of the city,
where they didn't grow up in that area, where they don't know the people, or they're respected people, or they just don't know how to talk or communicate within the people in the area. Whereas if you have someone that grew up within that community, they would have more respect for the people there and also the community itself, you know?
And the other thing, too, is that even if a police officer does apply within the city that he grew up in, I want to say that a majority of the time they end up moving out of that city within their first year of joining the law enforcement. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with bettering your house. You know, we're moving into a nicer area of your city.
Yeah.
Like, hey, everybody has the right to live good and live better and become a better person every day.
Right.
But if you're moving to a whole nother county to try to avoid, you know, seeing the people that you're policing, I think there's an obvious issue.
Yeah, it's a red flag, and it's kind of like what are you doing that's so crooked where you have to move away far from where you work?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because if you were an honorable person, like, you wouldn't have
You'll
to do
stay
that.
there, bro.
You would stay there.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you're a role model to the kids. Why? Because the community is going to embrace you. Why? Because you're showing leadership, man. You're protecting the people that live around you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm with that with you guys, man, and I hope that the community and the people out there start advocating for stuff like that, because we need to, man. We need to give police officers that resemble us, police officers that could relate to us, and police officers that are not gonna be trigger happy, bro. There's other outlets out there. I mean, there's videos out there where if it's a white man, they're trying to get him down as much as they can. The man pushes him. The person is fighting the police
There's that
officer.
video where the guy reaches for the officer's
Yeah.
gun, and they still don't pull a weapon on him.
Yeah.
Exactly,
you know?
bro.
And so I there was one example, another situation that happened to me growing up, and I was already in high school, so this I definitely remember very clearly. But one of my neighbors had the police called on him, and he had a registered weapon. So the SWAT team had to pull up because he was considered like a high threat. And he wasn't at his home. And then the police, like next thing you know, I look out my window and there's all these police officers hiding behind the trees with their guns drawn. And you know, we're having dinner here. Like even my grandma's over for dinner.
Damn, bro, are you serious?
Damn.
Like, and they knocked on our door because they said, "Hey, we're in pursuit of blah blah blah, and we know he's a friend of your father." And I was like, "Well,
What does that
okay,
gotta do with
well, like
that?
what does that have to do with it? Like we're having
Yeah.
dinner. My dad's like looking at him like we're having dinner here. Like we don't know what's going on down the street." And then they pretty much they were like, "Hey, well, we're in the pursuit of this person, and we have the right to search the premises."
Which
and,
I don't think they do, bro. But
and so you know what, man? They probably didn't.
They probably
but
didn't.
when people have guns drawn, and,
oh no, yeah, you're
and,
nervous. You're
and
nervous.
you
Oh, yeah,
grow
of
up
course.
and you grow up as a minority, especially from a undocumented background where most of your family was undocumented, so you don't trust police already.
Like Donald
then,
Trump's ex-wives too.
Yeah, exactly, like her. And they come in and they start
get it,
searching
bro.
my house, and I
I
mean,
get 'em.
I'm freaking out. I have like an ounce of weed in my drawer, in my chonies, because
whoa.
I mean it's high school, man. Everybody was smoking in high school. Let's be real.
Good thing
And-
you moved up. Now you're just doing something else, bro. I noticed. That outfit.
So the point is, man, like these situations like that
Pablo.
make you have trust issues with the police department.
No, definitely.
Did you play Pablo, bro, in the last season of Narcos? No. But, I mean, I think we have a problem. We all agree we need to start getting better as a society. We have to, like I said, I mean, it's crazy to say that we don't want people, because I think the president paints out like, well, they just want to get rid of police. I don't think we were saying get rid of the police. I think we're saying let's get better police officer.
Yeah.
Let's get police officers that represent us, bro. Let's get police officers that are not trigger happy. That's what we're saying, man. So
Yeah.
when we talk about that, that's what we mean, okay?
Yeah, because not all cops are bad cops.
Right.
So let's keep that clear, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
And-
with
and-
that said, go ahead, man.
No, and like he was saying, not all cops are bad cops. I've had a few situations where I do have law enforcement help us out. My car stopped at an intersection and it wasn't turning on, and a police officer actually pulled up next to me and asked me if I needed help, and I said yes, my car's not working. So he actually had his partner get out of the vehicle and help me push my vehicle to the side. And that's an example of what
A great example.
A great
Yeah.
example of what police should be doing. They should be there to protect and serve the community.
And help out, man.
And help out, man. I mean, you're getting paid to just drive around and eat donuts. It's all good. I eat donuts all day. But you're getting paid for this. Like
Discount on food.
You're not a volunteer. Yeah, you get discounted food on everything too. So, but go with what you're saying, man.
No, man. I mean, I think we're good with the police department. I want to get into some serious stuff, bro.
Oh.
You brought it up, bro. I couldn't sleep the whole week, bro. I'm all traumatized for life. So
Let's talk
Steve
about
hits
it.
us up the night of the show, bro. He did send it that day.
Yeah,
the night of
he
the
did.
show. There's another show that does interviews. It's called No Jumper Interview.
No Jumper Podcast.
No Jumper Podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a female by the name of Elisa that loves to party at Dre's and ended up meeting a b-ball player. And they went back to the room, got it on. I don't know whose room they went back to, but they went back to somebody's room. As they're getting it on, according to what I thought, it's 6 players come in. But C has a different story. Tell us what happened, bro.
So from what the interview said was that she was with one of the, not even a team
Was it a team player?
So I guess it was
Oh,
some
shit.
sort of team staff, right?
Oh,
And that they went back to the room. They
Damn.
were
The doctor.
they were having sex. There's
Oh,
no way around.
what?
They were just going at it.
Whoa,
But
bro.
then
so the
come
doctor's probably
knocking,
checking her, bro.
but come knocking at the door, 7 more NBA players came in.
Now, are the players or the staffers? Like,
No. So the
me
first guy was a staffer, and then the other 7 guys were players.
Okay.
Starting players.
They can't be starting players, bro.
I mean, yeah, no, you know it's crazy because when I think about the team, there's only one player that I really know on that team. So when I heard the story, I can only think about him and be like, damn, bro, I hope you weren't involved in that. You know?
Well, we know he wasn't wearing no Jimmy, bro. From what the interview says is she doesn't get busy with all 7. What she does is she domes them all up, right?
She topped them all.
She top them all up, right?
Yep.
So and swallow.
Yeah, Adam did ask. He was like, "Yo, what happened to all the nuts?" And then she was just like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah, I just swallowed them all."
Now I had a different picture because I think I'm like the host of the show. You know, I'm kind of like, dude. He was concerned. I was concerned watching that interview, and I'm like, was she drunk? And that's when he asked her, "Were you drunk?" And she said, "No, I wasn't drunk." You know, were you like? What was wrong with you or something?
So
right, like
she gave some hints saying that she was intoxicated, and he said, "Yo, it sounds like you might have been too intoxicated." And she said, "No, it was lit, and she was having a good time. So yeah, she was fucked up, but she like
and she was looking to do
but it was
something
consensual, like that.
No, and then she wanted to do something like that.
Yeah,
she kind of says that.
Yeah, it was her birthday, so that's what she wanted to do.
So, and I think why we got into it, we didn't get into it because we wanted to be part of the party. You know what I mean? I think we got into it because we feel like, and I don't know if it's just me feeling it, but I think they feel it too, that there's like a double standard. Because let's flip the script. Let's say it was 8 girls and 1 guy, and right now Forrest is gonna give you an example of somebody. So let's say it was 1 guy, 8 girls. What would we be saying about the guy, bro? And I know you're gonna say the name.
Oh, well, I mean, I follow a guy named Dan Belzerian on Instagram, and I see him with beautiful women all the time.
8 beautiful women,
bro.
I've seen him with multiple. More
I
than
ran
8.
into him in Vegas, and he rose deep.
Yeah, bro, he rose deep. And the thing is,
people say I look like that fool, dude.
Nah, man, you got like 3 feet on him, bro. Yo, for real.
Yeah, no.
He's like 5'2", I think.
But even in the interview that he did on the Joe Rogan podcast, he even brought up, you know, all of his encounters with, you know, in his sexual relationships with these women that he says like he'll have sex with women, but he won't pay them. So they're not like prostitutes, you know.
But you know he's taking care of them one way or
I know
another.
he is.
It's like, hey, I'm not gonna pay you for sex,
So if I
but
pay for your rent,
here's
I'm
your
not
whole
paying you,
tuition
but I'm
and your
paying your
rent.
exactly.
Yeah. No, we all know what it is, man. It's the oldest possession. It's the oldest profession in the history, ever. You know, and I think yes, it is a double standard because you know, growing up, all of us, like, I mean, I know me when I first saw who Hugh Hefner was. I was like,
you wanted to be like him.
I want to be Hugh Hefner, bro. I want to walk around a robe all day with beautiful women.
Me too.
And have a dope house. Like, who didn't want that?
Yeah.
So it is.
You didn't want to be Larry Flynn?
Nah.
Wait, who's Larry Flynn?
Larry Flynn?
Larry Flynn's
Hustler,
bro.
man.
But I mean, he's in the wheelchair, bro.
Yeah. Nah, Hugh Hefner had a little more style though.
Oh, yeah,
I think
bro.
I think the robes, the robes and the loafers had me, bro. That's all I wanted.
The house, bro.
The house.
The house.
Yeah. So yeah, it is a double standard, but I think it also raises another concern of okay, like this is not the first case of females doing things like this that we've seen in the past.
Not at all.
Aside from it being a double standard, it's like, is this really something that
where we're heading?
Yeah, is this really where we're heading, or is this some sort of cry for help or cry for attention, or some sort of like she's trying to break through into the mainstream spotlight? Because before this week, we didn't know who this female was.
No.
Now we do.
Now everybody knows.
Now everybody knows who she is. So you know, and one person came to mind to me when I saw this video. I was like, yo,
Tell me.
Kim Kardashian. Like, yes, she was known, but as soon as that sex tape came out, she blew up.
Yep.
And she was dating all kinds of athletes and all that stuff. And as soon as that sex tape came out, it's like, yo, her family's set. Her kids are set, you know?
When are podcasters gonna become like athletes?
Are you trying to?
No, I'm not.
We know where this is going.
Where's this going, bro?
Hey, he's asking for a friend, right? He's asking for a friend, bro.
Yeah. No, but it's kind of crazy because what I'm saying is this. Not only them, bro, but it seems like if you look at social media presently, and I'm not talking about just today, but I've been looking at it for like the last 5 years. You start seeing the Snapchat premiums, the TikTok premiums, the fans only, OnlyFans, so, you know, OnlyFans, and all this ladies that are getting a lot of attention and they're making good money. I know a lot of them that make good money.
Making definitely money,
some
man.
great money, bro. They're just staying at home, taking pictures of them in some
with no
some
mask,
nice,
right?
No mask, some nice lingerie or underwear or whatever you want to call it. And I mean, there's just people throwing money at them left and right, bro. So is this like the new profession, bro? Like, is this something that they're using as power because they know they could get the attention?
I think so, yes. And I also think, I feel like I said, this has been going on for years. But now it's virtual, where it's
Exactly.
So you can see it more.
So
Now-
it's just more accessible for you. It's easier.
Even you know, I don't know if there's any hip hop heads watching this, but Pimp
I'm
C
watching.
said this way back when he was alive. He said pimping ain't dead, it just moved onto the web. And at that time, he was talking about Craigslist. So it just moved on from Craigslist
To social media.
to now platforms that are specifically marketed
For that.
these encounters.
Encounters.
I don't know. I'm trying to think
Oh,
of where to
shit.
say it.
I was gonna say entanglement.
Entanglements.
Oh! No, but okay, but if it's hitting that way, like you said, right? I think also the game brought up something when he did the first. I think to me the first exposure to this was when he talked about the girls on video.
Yeah.
In that song that you love.
The song.
Wouldn't get far.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
we
get
wouldn't
far,
get
yeah.
far. Like, give us a couple lyrics about it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
so he brings it up in that song, right?
Yeah.
And it was a lot of video girls that were out there, bro. There was the girl that was always on that magazine. What was her name?
Melissa Ford.
Melissa Ford.
You had
Damn,
that
bro.
right.
She's-
Oh,
bro.
dog, yeah. I
Melissa
remember all of them, bro.
Okay,
Hey,
Melissa Ford. Who else, bro? Come on.
Gloria Velez.
Okay, but what happened to them? I think Gloria Velez is still doing things, but what happened to Melissa Ford?
She didn't
I
get
don't
far.
know.
Yeah, she didn't get far, bro. So what I'm trying to say is this: is this a phase we're going through? Like that back then, it was the girls that were in the videos. Now we're seeing the girls that are on social media. And I mean, is this something we're seeing, or is this something that's gonna stay? You know what I mean?
I think, look, man, it's just moving with the times, you know?
Yep.
Because we've always known that, like, as much as we try to act tough, you know, like,
Oh,
there's been a female behind, like, everything that happens, you know?
Yeah.
Even if you go back to, like, ancient history when, like, the Battle of Troy, when they were fighting over, like, this one person. You know who I'm talking about?
yeah,
You know who I'm
yeah.
talking about.
Paris took some.
Yeah,
Paris
yeah.
took some of
So,
his wife,
so,
right?
so, and even James Brown said it. You know,
Ooh.
like this is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman.
That's
and
true.
women have that control, and now they have a platform to control more.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I feel like women, you know, they had the power the whole time, but now
They
they're
know
starting
it.
to realize it, and they're starting to be aware of it, and they're starting to market it, manipulate it the way they know how.
Now, also too though, let's not say this girl who, you know, topped off 7 NBA players is in control of the country
Oh,
or
no,
anything
no,
else,
no,
you
no,
know.
no,
But it raises the question of is this what females feel like they have to do to get to that
get
next
famous,
level?
to get
And
followers.
I'm hoping not, bro.
And I'm hoping not,
not,
because
I'm
that's
hoping
not that's not what it should be. It should be based on actual, you know, like,
accolades and stuff
accolades,
like that.
bro.
yeah.
Like I mean, you know, we're looking for brains, we're looking for empowering, we're looking for all this stuff, dude. I mean,
exactly.
I need somebody to help me push, not somebody that wants to get my loads. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So there you go.
So,
Moving. So what you're saying is, would you be part of the 7 Domers or not?
nah, man. I think, you know what, like that's to me it's like,
You
yo,
out?
like that's your sexual preference. If that's what you're into, that's cool. You
It
do
doesn't
that.
offend you,
I'm over here, you know, like
but you're not offended.
I'm not offended, and to me, it's like, yo, look, as long as you're not raping or like a pedophile,
You're
whatever
good.
you do to bust your nut, that's your thing. Do that in closed doors, not like the stroker doing it in public.
Yeah,
but,
right.
but,
Back
but
to the stroker, bro.
that's it, man. You know, like,
why you
that's your
hating on
thing.
him, bro? I mean, The stroker had to do what he had to do, bro. He had to bust a nut. So, what about you? Were you offended?
Am I a fan?
Offended? No.
Oh
offended.
no, was I offended? No, I wasn't offended. You know, would I be caught in that act? No, hell no.
Why not?
Well, because of the type of person I am. You know, and I'm a guy that's, you know, I'm a sports guy. I grew up playing sports, and you know, and I know some of my teammates are like really into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the thing is, I've always been kind of a greedy person when it comes to my. You know, like when it comes
You
to...
want to get yours.
Yeah. I just want mine for myself. I'm a greedy person, so I don't like sharing. I'm not really into the gang sex activity or none of that. You know what I'm saying?
I was not offended, but I believe in is there's STDs out there, so make sure you guys are getting checked.
Getting
So
checked
get-
for COVID
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
I
get
mean,
some COVID checks too, man. 'cause
that's 7.
Shit,
That's
yeah.
7. Bro.
Damn,
I don't
7.
think that were they wearing a mask during
No, they
this?
weren't wearing
No,
a mask,
no.
bro.
Did
They
she
weren't
poke a
wearing a
hole on
mask.
her mask, maybe?
Oh, damn, bro.
Yeah. But speaking about sports and these kinds of situations, there was somebody else that had some sort of altercation recently, right?
Yeah.
There
Earl
was a
Thomas.
player.
Earl Thomas,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Earl
Who
Thomas.
just got?
What? Did he get
He
COVID
just
too?
got no.
No, he
He
didn't
got
get
cut,
COVID.
right? He got cut
You know,
today.
he did get cut. He
He
did
got
get cut.
cut.
So Earl Thomas, he got cut from the Baltimore Ravens. Sources are saying that, and he's also saying that he got into he got into a fight with another player from the same position, and then they kind of sent him home early, and then they eventually kind of kicked him off the team. You know, I'm not buying it, me personally. I think there's something else that's going on within inside the locker room that we do not know about. Because we all know the Ravens have a history of kind of sweeping things under the rug. You know what I'm saying? And it all started when Ray Lewis was on trial for murder. You guys forgot about
bro.
that, huh?
Oh.
No.
No, I know Big Ray Ray,
Hey,
bro. I know
man.
Big Ray Ray.
Hey,
Don't
you
don't
talk
bring
to
him up,
any
bro.
Ravens fan,
Don't-
bro?
don't-
he's
don't bring up
he's,
Ray
he's
Ray,
like,
dude.
bro.
No, I'm just
He'll
saying.
show up on us, bro.
He's
Hey.
on the escalator going up to heaven, bro. Like,
Hey, look.
people have him as a saint.
Look, I'm a fan of Ray Lewis, bro. And honestly, I don't even think he murdered anybody, bro. I don't think so.
But don't bring up OJ, right?
But he was on trial, though. So I'm just saying.
OJ didn't do it,
Yeah,
bro.
OJ, yeah, the glove didn't
bro.
fit. The glove didn't fit, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, the one thing about Earl Thomas that I did notice was I noticed a pattern with him.
Uh-huh.
You know, ever since he played for the Seahawks, he was going through some contractual, you know, disagreements with him in the organization. So when he got injured that season during the game, he flipped off the whole sideline, flipped off his coach.
Not Pete Carroll, bro.
The GOAT, Pete Carroll,
everybody,
yeah.
everybody.
Why are you hating on Pete,
And
bro?
which I don't understand because Pete Carroll's actually a really good coach, good person too. But he flipped him off because, I mean, he's obviously mad about his contract situation. And then, so after the Seahawks, they end up cutting him. He goes to the Ravens, okay? And a lot of people expected him to do really good on the Ravens because, you know, Ravens were a really good team with a really good defense, and he was also one of the best safeties at the time. But he kind of underperformed when he was on the Ravens, even though the
made the
Ravens had
playoffs,
they had a great season.
He had a great season, yeah.
Okay.
Did you have him on fantasy?
I probably had the Ravens defense on fantasy for maybe 2 to 3 weeks out of
What?
the whole season.
Yeah.
You should have kept him, bro.
Bro, I had better
I'm glad
defenses.
that you
It's
gotta
all
be
right. Hey,
in
but I
the
went to the
fantasy
Super Bowl
league.
though in my
Oh,
fantasy
okay.
league.
Nah.
I might not have won, but I still went to the Super Bowl. Okay.
So here's the thing. I think with players and their behavior, we're starting to see that come up where we have these players that come into the NFL or you know they've been in the NFL for a few years and we're expecting so many great things when they get traded to another team and because of their attitude, their lack of good sportsmanship, you know, we're not seeing them go far. And I think these last few years we've had some. I believe it was there was a Raider player, right? There was
Cooper. Oh no, you're talking about Khalil Mack.
There's-
Khalil Mack, we
there's
shipped
been
him
a-
out
there-
to
Wait,
the
you
Bears.
talking
Lynch?
What?
No,
So there's-
Lynch left Seattle to go to the Raiders.
No. There's been a couple Raider players.
Hey, stop hating on the Raiders, homeboy. Come on,
So there's
man.
been a couple Raider players. There've been a couple players
There's a
that
lot
get
of
in fights
Saints.
with you know the nets on the sidelines. What are those things?
Oh, wait.
Beckham, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
okay,
he
I
was-
see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, when
bro.
he hit
So-
the net. Yeah,
so
with the
so
attitude
we're
issues and
seeing
stuff.
the
Okay.
attitude issues become a problem, and I
Yeah.
think more than anything, the NFL doesn't put up with that, man. They don't need to put up with that.
And I don't think that it's the NFL. I think it's just the whole system, because I think, like you said, we're seeing a lot of players do what they do. You know what I mean? Players that are supposed to be really good and they have these little tips. And I mean, we don't know if it was the orgy that Earl Thomas was part of. Whereas,
so wait, what happened with that situation?
Where his wife pulled up on his ass.
So after he got cut from the Seahawks and before he got cut from the Ravens, he had an incident where he was having like a sex orgy party at his house, and his wife walked in.
And she wasn't invited? So, like, he's having a party at his house, and he didn't invite her? Like, come on, bro. Of course she's going to be mad.
Yeah, man. Like, honestly, and I
So
couldn't
you
make
think
this
it's
up.
that?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm just starting to notice, you know.
Pattern.
A pattern of all these events going on, and I see where it's leading him. You know what I mean? And he keeps getting cut from these teams.
Now,
and it's affecting his money and his career.
Money. Now, and what I wanted to get to was this. Now, I think the NFL is the alpha sport here in the United States, right? And I think it's already rolling. It's a machine that's rolling. We have a revolving door where we have new players coming in from college and players that, to me, it wouldn't be old. Because now we have players that are like 35 that are done, dude. They're 35 years old and they're done in the NFL. You know what I mean? Why? Because there's so many good players coming out of college. So to me, it's like guys like Earl Thomas or like you're saying, a lot of guys that give you guys behavior issues. Teams are just saying, you know what? F them, bro. Let's cut them. Let's cut them because we could get a rookie that's going to give us 2 to 3 years really good, and we're going to end up getting something better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
cheaper.
And less headaches.
And less headaches, man, and less liability. Yeah. You know, I mean, we've seen examples of behavior issues go as far as Hernandez. Where that was the extreme. That was the extreme example of some. Man. I'm just saying, like, that's an example of behavioral issues where he was doing good and he slipped up, and this becomes a liability. He becomes a liability for the team. Right. So I think now, because of that, NFL is a beast, man. It's a well-oiled machine fueled by money, so much fucking money. It's ridiculous. I have people that work in MLB and NBA, and they're all saying, yo, I'm going to jump over to the NFL as soon as I get a chance because that's where the money's at. Yeah.
Like, if Roger Goodell ever retires, I would throw my name in the hat, you know what I mean? I would want to be the commissioner.
I would love to be the commissioner of the NFL, bro.
Yeah. You know, and put
it's that easy, huh?
And put it on the Saints.
Woo! Who that?
I forgot I have 2 of them in here,
bro.
There you go. Now, anything else, bro, besides the Earl Thomas getting cut? Nothing else?
Nah, man. Oh, I think we could talk about the NBA, right?
Oh!
The NBA, the playoffs.
What's playing off, man?
Bro. Yeah.
We got an announcement to make, guys. I want to bet, okay? Some gentleman decided to bet me that the Blazers... Yesterday that the Blazers were going to beat the Lakers. So we all know what happened.
On Kobe Day.
All right. Let me just say this, man. All right, I'm a sucker for an underdog. Those odds were ridiculous, man. They were ridiculous.
It was like 60.
You should have been in Vegas.
Like, if I was in Vegas, I would have thrown something at it. But since Vegas wasn't there, you were right there. So boom, I told you.
And I even tried to stop him.
He did.
He did. He told me, hey, like, yo, don't do it. See, don't do it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
I'd ask him twice, like, wait, are you sure you want to bet?
I was like, yeah, man, I'm sure. So here's what I'm saying, though. I think they still have one more in them. So I'll do double and up there on the next game.
Damn, bro.
I'll do it.
I'll back you, bro.
I might just have to do it, guys. What do you guys think? Should I do it? What do you guys think? Should I do it?
Come on, easy money for me.
No?
Easy money, nothing, bro.
Easy money because I'm not playing, right? Yeah. No, but yeah, definitely. There's no way of going around it. The Lakers smashed on them yesterday. Like it was a massacre.
And LeBron, bro, he just looked like playoff LeBron, man. Bro.
He looked like the guys from Space Jam, the little alien dudes. Like he just murdered, bro.
And he's doing he did Space Jam, right?
I never.
He did the new one. He did the new one.
He's
going to be releasing after the
COVID?
Yeah, after the playoffs.
They've been talking about that movie for like 10 years already, man. Come on, bro.
Come on, man. You guys are hating.
I'm just saying, like, I think LeBron was still with the Cavs when they first brought that up.
Where are the Pelicans at, bro? The Pelicans are at home right now, bro. Oh, you guys are not Pelican fans. Oh, you guys are just Saints fans. All right. I see how it is. All right, guys. Make sure you guys tune in next week to find out how we beat the hell out of the Portland Blazers. and he's gonna have to pay up. You know what I mean? Also, don't forget, subscribe. Hit us up with the comments, questions, topics. Let us know. We're gonna go for the final run right here. Yeah, let's see.
Let's see. Man. Who's in on this?
Shit, bro. Wherever he's in.
What about? All right. I'm just gonna. Let's see. Woo! All right. It's on you.
It's on me, bro. Here, I'll just go all in again.
You're gonna go all in
again?
Again, hey, bro, what is it?
Nah, I don't trust this. I don't trust this, man.
Yeah, you probably.
I'll fold.